Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schulz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots podcast. The Hezzy is back.
We're back, baby. We're back. We're back.
Man, I genuinely missed you, bro.
I missed you too, bro.
Like, dead ass. I saw you and I was happy. Like, oh, shit, Schulzy. I did, man. I was like, oh, my boy is back. My guy is fucking back, man.
Nah, it's great to see you, man.
How did it feel to be away for 2 months?
It was cool, man. Like hanging with the family every single day.
Yeah.
Never traveling.
What do you mean?
I don't get to, I'm traveling every other
got you.
You know, like every morning waking up, like reading my daughter books to sleep every night almost. Like
amazing.
it was fire.
So listen.
Yeah.
When did y'all shoot?
I missed you, bro.
I missed you too. I genuinely missed you, man.
And a lot
fucking happened.
I know.
I
wanted to call in. There was so much going on.
So much happened.
You know?
But listen, did you...
That Dame interview was viral over there.
Really? I mean, come on, it's the internet. That's everywhere.
Yeah, but like Australia is just so removed from everything.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like...
I've never been.
They tap in, like they're great. It was awesome, but like they're removed, bro.
Yeah.
You're on an island in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And just surrounded by Asians.
A lot of Iggy's over there?
Yeah. What?
Is there a lot of Iggy's over there? Or is like she like a...
No, she's not an anomaly. Like they're in shape. They're in shape over there. They're in shape.
So Dr. Umar would like maybe do a little second take if you want.
I think he might have to. I think he might. And technically they're Asian. They're not white. So he might be able to slide through. Yeah.
So Iggy is Asian?
Well, I think, where is Australia? It's in Asia. Yeah, they're Asian.
That could be, Iggy should rebrand. Come out as Rice Spice and free. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. She could rebrand and come back.
I think that is the move. Yo.
That would be fire.
Yeah.
Like, she really tapping into her Australian Asian roots. My name is Rice Spice now.
Spice.
Iggy is dead. You know what I'm saying? She could kill. So, but when did y'all shoot? Because that's what we was wondering. We looking like, they always at the amusement park.
Bro,
50's back here.
Bro, 50 is... Oh, yeah. So people pop in and out, right?
Okay.
Like, so if, depending on like how much you're in the movie and like what parts of the movie you're in, you got to stay for shorter or longer. So like they were able to... And you got all these different people in it that have like really restricted schedules. So like, 50's stuff, I think he was there for like a month. Mm-hmm. He lost like 25 pounds.
I saw.
Bro, it was crazy. And he's just... 50... You want to hear a fun 50 story?
There's no such thing as a not fun 50 story.
All right, we're at the first cast dinner, right? So he comes in, right? 50 is like he's a major character in the movie, but it's not like the biggest part of the movie.
He plays
Balrog, right?
Yeah.
Which is like iconic character, like it was made after Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. Here's some little Street Fighter lore. The bad guy in Street Fighter is called M. Bison.
Yep.
Right?
Hilarious.
So they made Balrog in the real version in like Japan. Balrog's name is M. Bison, right? And then somebody told the Japanese creators, like, yo, you can't just make a guy that's like Mike Tyson, has boxing gloves, and call him M. Bison. They're going to know. So they just switched the character names.
Hilarious.
So Balrog, so they call him Balrog, whatever. And he walks into the party, and everybody's excited to see 50, right? Like, there's a lot of these like actors they never met. And he walks in, and he goes, hey, man, I just want to thank you guys all so much for being a part of my movie, man. And so he's holding court at dinner, and he goes like pick up a champagne glass. There's not even champagne in it. And he like spills it a little bit on me, right? And he goes, dude, I'm so sorry, bro. Here. And he takes off his Rolex.
Get the fuck out of here.
And he goes, here, so just take that, man. I'm so sorry. I go,
get the fuck out of here.
I'm not taking his Rolex. Right. He goes, nah, bro, I feel horrible. And I was like, there's no way you feel that bad.
Right.
And he's like, nah, seriously, you got to take it. I'm like, I'm not going to take it. He goes, if your wife was here, she would take it. She would take it, but she's not at this dinner. And I go, I'm not going to take that. And he goes, you sure? I'm like, yeah, because I know that later 3 guys would break into my apartment and take this back, and I don't want to put my family through that.
Run it back by Monday.
And 50's like, nah, bro. I couldn't get my guys with the felonies in the country.
Right.
Hilarious. Why didn't they just get Mike Tyson to play Balrog? I'm glad 50 is, but why couldn't Mike? He's not that old, is he?
Maybe 2 on the nose, like you also like want somebody with some, acting chops and experience. I also think like if you see Mike Tyson in anything, you can't not see him as Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like,
especially with the gloves and everything, it'll be like, yeah, who the fuck is Balrog?
also 50-50. Like, it's his movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he said they're doing a spinoff with just him.
That he, like, day one, he's already telling people it's amazing. He's just a force on set.
And it's going to happen.
He will will shit into existence.
It's going to happen. Is the movie going to be good, though?
Yo, bro, this movie is going to, and I'm not saying this on some actor shit. Everything is made in the edit, so I can't control the edit. But what I will say is, you are going to go see, if the edit matches like what we were doing in there, and I have no reason to think it shouldn't, like really talented people working on it, but like you're just going to be very surprised by what you see. Like the way it looks, you're not going to expect. It's not shot like a Marvel movie.
Wow.
It's just, you're going to walk in there and you're going to be like, what?
It comes out next year?
Yeah, it'll be like next October.
Man.
There's a scene where I got emotional.
You had to cry and shit?
You might see me crying in a scene. You know what I mean?
So you must be in the movie a lot if you had to be over there for 2 months.
Yeah, like I'm like with the main guy. So okay. I like play like his manager in it without giving away too much. So basically most of the stuff he's in, I'm in.
Okay.
So that's why I had to be there like
who's the main guy? Roman Reigns?
No. Roman is the bad guy. He's
okay.
like Akuma, I guess it's called. But Ken. You know, so it's Ryu and Ken.
This is I don't think people realize how big a deal this movie is. Bro. Do you know what Street Fighter meant to our childhood? Like, it's like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
And before Mortal Kombat was Street Fighter.
Yes.
Street Fighter started fighting games, like, for us. Mm-hmm. So, like, the crazy thing about being on the movie is that everybody around our age is super excited. Because they all have stories, core childhood memories of playing the game, putting their quarter on the little screen, playing the Marvel versus Capcom game. Remember that one? So like everybody's excited. When they saw Cody Rhodes put the Guile hair on, like everybody was buzzing. The young kids don't really know it. But I think what people are starting to realize about movies now is that just putting out a movie that's a good story won't necessarily get people to go to the theater. You got to tap into existing IP. You got to tap into
emotions, feelings,
And there's nothing you care about more than the shit that impacted you as a kid.
This might revitalize the video game, because I was thinking about that, you know, even watching y'all shoot. I'm like, they've done mad Mortal Kombats. Why did they stop doing Street Fighters?
Well, they did one with Jean-Claude Van Damme, which was like horrible.
I don't even remember that shit.
And like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, the movie? No, I do remember the movie.
Yeah. And it was bad, bro. It was like Jean-Claude Van Damme is playing Guile. Guile's supposed to be like the most American guy ever. Right. And Jean-Claude Van Damme got a French accent or whatever the fuck he got.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
What would you say was like the most surprising thing on set, just being there for that long, that you weren't anticipating maybe?
So I didn't know how collaborative it was going to be.
Okay.
You know, like it basically like the director, Kitao is the man, and also the producers, like the guys at Legendary, like Kale and Jay. There wasn't like this ego. Like sometimes directors, and you need a lot of ego to be like a director. It's like your vision, but like they were super collaborative. So if you had ideas, they wanted to hear them. And when everybody cares about the movie, like they start really caring about like what their character would do and stuff, like on some real like actor shit that anytime you see an interview sounds wild corny. So even like saying it, I'm like cringing, but it makes it better to be thinking what your character would do in every situation.
Yeah.
And like we would just take these scenes and like make them funnier and build them and make them more like we were changing shit kind of on the fly. Like it was, so to me, that was the thing that I was most scared of. I was like, I don't want to just be sitting around all day doing nothing and then saying the lines.
Right.
But instead it was like, all right, what are we going to do to this scene? How are we going to make this better than what's on the paper? And yeah, you're going to see some wild shit.
You said something interesting. You said the movie's made in the edit. Man, I did not realize that until I started producing films.
Oh, bro.
Like the shit, like the amount of shit that they shoot that doesn't get used. And when you got to like watch these 3-hour long cuts and you like, huh?
Yeah.
Like you should, and then when people, I've literally heard a producer say, there's a good movie in there.
In there.
What the fuck?
No, you're right. It's like entire people get cut out of movies.
Yes. Whole scenes, whole actors. Nah, they can't cut
They can't do it. They can't do it.
But that is what happened. Like you saw it happen on, I think it was like the Formula One movie. Did you hear about that? Like
I didn't watch it.
There was a girl who was like in the movie. I think she was like the love interest of one of the characters. And like she was promoting the movie. And then she was just completely cut
gone.
out.
How the fuck you do that? How you just get rid of the whole character?
I guess that storyline didn't, play a part in it. But it was fucking. And again, I didn't even think I liked acting. I'll be honest, until I did the movie.
Now I was gonna ask you that too, because we had Cardi on Breakfast Club recently, and Cardi said she don't like acting. She don't want to do it. She
Yeah.
said she don't like being on sets. She don't like the hurry up and wait shit. She was like, she don't like doing it. She does not want to be an actor. Because I asked her about, there was a movie that she was scheduled to do, and I think like the week that they were supposed to start filming, she pulled out.
That is something too that is like, I don't really like to do. I always tell people like, it's like, I don't like sets. I don't like waking up at a certain time. I don't like having like a set schedule.
Yeah.
It's just, this is why I never finished college. Like, it's just, certain things are just not for you. Certain responsibilities are not for you. Like, I have to do things my way, my time. I don't know how people do it. And then it's like, I always heard that it's like, if you start off and you do like a movie and you do great, then the other movie that you make, that's when you get the big coins. I don't got time to be like, I'm getting this.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I respect.
That's
crazy. You know what I mean? Because you got to go with your gut, your instinct. You know, it might fuck up some business, but you got to make yourself happy.
And it's a big commitment. You're there for months.
You being a stand-up comedian,
bro,
podcaster, do you like acting like that?
Son, in a traditional movie where it's just like, show up, say that line, we're going to record it from this angle, then go home. Like, you sit in the trailer for 12 hours, I'll go fucking crazy. My brain is not built for that. Like, I want to talk shit. I want to...
Yeah.
But the fact that we were allowed to, like, kind of be collaborative in this movie, it's like the in-between time isn't as boring because you're thinking about what would this scene be? What would this character do? How could we make this funnier? And... it really made me go, I would like to be in a movie, but also be producing it.
Hell yeah.
Because then you're thinking about not just your scene. Like, we were around there watching other people's scenes, like pitching lines that would make them funnier. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times, like, in entertainment, motherfuckers only care about themselves. So they do their shit and then they go home. But this wasn't like that. Like, people were showing up to set when they weren't even there and just hanging.
Wow. I mean, y'all were in Australia. So it's not like they had any place to go.
But
you know,
no, you're in Sydney. Like, you could party. It's a real city, and like
fucking Rice Spice is walking around.
Rice Spice might be there.
Yeah.
Streaming.
Listen, that is a great thing to think about because we definitely want to do a movie. I want to do a brilliant idiots, flagrant,
this what I was
guy
saying, like,
code mashup written by James Gunn.
Bro. You know he DM'd me when I was out there?
Get the fuck out of here, yo.
I think he saw us. He said, thank you for the kind words. I think he saw us talking about Superman on this pod.
Get the fuck out of here. Now you got me checking my DMs.
Yeah.
I would be in my DMs.
You left him on red.
Somebody I know was just with James. Oh, no, it was fucking Alex.
Yeah.
Fucking James Gunn recorded at one of the fucking WTFs.
No way.
Yes, motherfucker ain't tell us shit.
Yo, James, come on the pod, bro.
How the fuck you don't...
James, we need you on the pod.
Yo, James, he is... I think he's a phenomenal comedy writer.
He's the GOAT.
And he's not even writing actual comedies.
That's what makes it fun. Like,
yes.
That's what we were talking even with not to make it about this movie, but it was like, the more you can get people, convince people that the drama is real, the funnier the funny parts will be because they're breaking up the severity of the drama.
Yes.
It's like a horror movie, like, the greater the tension, the bigger the fright.
Think about Friday. People look at Friday as a comedy. That's a fucking
it's
thriller.
a drama.
That's a drama thriller, yo.
Yeah, it's a horror movie.
Fucking Chris Tucker owes Big Worm money, and Big Worm wants to kill them. He's like, you don't have my money by this day, you're going to die. Just think about that.
Yeah.
But it's all the funny that's in it. You know what I mean? Coming to America is a love story. It's actually a drama. Think about how... that must feel to be like, damn, I don't want to marry this woman just because I'm supposed to. I got to break all these world traditions. I'm going to go to America, live like a poor person to try to find love. All the comedy is within that amazing drama thriller story. And that's what the fuck you need, bro.
And that's what everybody who does it right gets. It's like, I actually think the funniest movies are the ones where we genuinely believe the drama.
Yes. Not even just movies, real life scenarios. Fleece Johnson, Booty Warrior. Yeah. Hilarious.
Because...
been men. like, think about that. People have made, like,
that's James Gunn's newest character. We got to teach him about Fleece Johnson.
Oh, you ain't seen Peacemaker.
I've heard.
Oh, my God. But fucking Aaron McGruder did Fleece Johnson as the Booty Warrior on the Boondocks. Yeah. People laugh at that shit, make sketches. Yeah. But this man was...
real.
He was on what was that show called? Dateline or some shit?
Yeah.
He was on Dateline on one of them shit.
I saw him on a dating show. like an online dating
You see
show.
what I'm saying?
Him and what's
he
the
was on-
guy's name?
What?
He was from Atlanta. I think he was like Thug.
Woody?
Yeah, him and Woody.
Oh, I did. It was Pop the Balloon.
It was something
think it was
like
Pop
that.
the
Yeah,
Balloon.
they were both there, and like,
But think about that.
yeah,
though.
how scary that is.
He was raping
Gosh,
men.
Yeah,
But you watched it, and every comedy writer's mind went,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
he describes it like dessert.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, have you heard him? Like,
A memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary. And he went on about it and on about it.
In his prison, booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt. It was more important. I'm serious. It was more booty, having some booty was more important than drinking water, man. I like booty.
it is just visceral
Bro.
the way he describes it, bro.
But listen, I'm gonna be like 50 Cent. I want to speak that into fruition. A brilliant idiot, flagrant, guy code mashup comedy written by James Gunn.
James, we need you.
You know what I'm
James,
saying?
we need you.
Like that shit would be hilarious.
And serious and dramatic.
Even
yeah.
the shit that I saw Kevin them doing. Kevin, I knew about the script anyway, but Kevin, Drewski, and Kai.
Yes,
right?
they have a movie coming out.
It's a murder whodunit. It's a mystery whodunit.
Yeah.
Like there's a dead body, and it's called The Live Scream from Hell.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, that's what you do. You got to put these funny scenarios rooted in like a high stakes drama situation.
Where is that? Is that in theaters? Is that streaming? Where is that going to be?
I don't know where it's going to be, but if they put it on whatever streaming platform it's going to be on, it's going to break records.
See you later. It's just interesting because when I was out there, like obviously, you know, a lot of the actors, they're like obsessed with film. You know what I mean? Like that is their thing, right? And we're just talking about the industry in general. And we had this conversation, and it was like, who are the young? There's a difference between a movie star and an actor, like a big actor. And like a movie star, they were defining as someone who, if they're in the movie, people show up. Okay? Like, for example, like Chris Evans, I think that's his name, right? The guy who plays Captain America. Like, amazing as Captain America. Phenomenal. But are we coming because of Chris Evans, or are we coming because of the IP that is
The IP, absolutely, because Chris has been in other stuff.
Exactly. But Leonardo DiCaprio can be in a movie about something we don't even know, and we're going to show up first.
How did the new shit do? How did one battle after another do?
Everybody talking about that. Like, I'm the most cynical comedian folks that I know that say every movie sucks are like, this is the best movie I've
I'm going to
ever
go watch it this weekend. I did a screening for it last week and didn't
seen.
even stay.
You didn't even watch it?
I didn't even stay, bro.
Bro,
I didn't even stay. They asked me to do it. Warner Brothers asked me to do it.
you posted about it and everything.
And I did. But you know, they paid me to do it. But the thing I liked about it was, I like anything free for people.
Yeah.
So like, okay, all these people can come for free.
Yeah.
But they was like, and also the cast wants to come. I'm like, oh, I'll do it. And it was surprising the audience.
Yeah.
So we did it at the AMC Theater. Theater was packed. All of these people came just to, because I did the screening.
And then Leo walks out?
Leo, Tiana Taylor, what's the Spanish guy name?
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro.
Phenomenal actor.
The writer, Paul...
Thomas Anderson.
Oh,
What's his name?
The director,
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson?
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson. Like, who was there? Everybody was there except for Regina Hall and Sean Penn. So...
Yeah.
Chase Infinity.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio was there,
Infinity,
Benicio del Toro, Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity, and there was another young lady there too.
Hold on.
Yeah, she was a black woman. I can't remember her name, but this was Chase's first movie. Can you imagine your first movie being with Leonardo DiCaprio? And Paul Henderson said it took him 20 years to write this film.
I love that.
He said he's had this idea for 20 years. What is her name? Yeah, Shayna McHale.
Shayna
Yeah.
McHale, yeah.
Bro, let me tell you how crazy this is. I hadn't seen the movie yet, right? So we bought the cast out before the movie, and I didn't stay for it.
I can't believe you didn't stay for the movie.
So I hear Paul look at Shayna and go, "Jungle pussy." So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now. do I say something? I don't want to be the woke liberal here, right? But I'm like, how you just gonna turn to the black woman and say jungle pussy? But nobody else reacted.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, maybe this is an inside joke with them. That's her name in the movie.
Oh.
Yes. I didn't know.
He did give her that name. He wrote the movie.
But I don't care. It's a movie, though. I just was like, I was a little confused. And
That's wild.
we're in front of everybody. I'm like, yo.
And it's before the movie.
Before the
so
movie
nobody saw it. Oh, no, bro. We got to tell him, wait for opening
Jungle
weekend to be
pussy.
yelling jungle pussy at black woman. Come on, Paul.
Oh, It did 22 million. I don't know if that's good or bad. I know the budget was crazy.
This movie is going to be great. It's the amount of conversation around the movie.
Yeah.
Is very few movies lately that I've heard this much talk about it. Like, and they did social media right. They hit the podcast. They
Absolutely.
did the event this live like that. Like,
And you know what it is? A thriller comedy. You cannot tell that by the trailer. By the trailer, you do not see any comedy in that movie.
I heard it's funny as shit.
That's what I heard too. I heard that shit is hilarious. I'm going this week. I'm gonna go Friday actually.
Yeah.
I also don't like watching movies at screenings, bro.
You don't like being around lots of people.
Nah, I want to go in on a matinee, go in the back of the theater, get my popcorn, my peanut M&M. It's like it's peaceful for me. Like, you know what I mean? Especially after a long week, you know what I mean? Listening to fucking, rappers with their Twitter rants and all of this shit. Like, it's like a good week, you know what I mean?
You need to check out.
I want to check out. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But I'm glad you're back, man.
Me too,
What
man.
did you miss the most? What was the story that had you like, oh, fuck no. Like, I can't even concentrate on this fucking script.
That Charlie Kirk shit was wild, bro. That Charlie Kirk shit was wild.
Wow.
I feel like a million things happened. Like, that's why I did that piece. I did a little piece on the Charlie Kirk there when I was there. And it was like, I had like a few days off. And I was like, I got to put my brain to work for something. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think what else really
shocked you the most about the Charlie Kirk situation?
I think it was like how quickly
it was politicized?
Yeah.
Same, yo. like that.
Yeah. And it kind of demoralized me a little bit. Like, it kind of made me sad because what did anybody learn from it? Nothing. It's like any event. Yeah, we live in like this social media age or whatever where like there's just so much information you can confirm whatever you feel. But like, think about it. Nobody learned anything from it. Whatever everybody already felt, they just put on top of the issue. So like the second it happened, they found out that the kid's dad was MAGA or whatever like that. And they're like, see, it's one of you guys. And
but was he MAGA or just a registered Republican?
Exactly. Whatever. He's a registered Republican, right? And then the conservatives found out that his girl was a tranny or whatever like that. And then it was like, see, this is what happens.
Was that confirmed? He looked like he wasn't getting no pussy or bussy or whatever. I don't even know. Tussie. Is it Tussie?
Tussie.
I don't know.
And then the conspiracy theorists were like, Israel did it. It's like what everybody already felt before it happened. They just painted on top of what happened.
Yeah.
And it was just like the dehumanization of it too. Like just the people that were seemingly celebrating it. It was just crazy. It's like, wow, people really, they're not seeing each other as human beings.
I think that I like Wayne W. Dyer, right? And Wayne W. Dyer always talks about letting go of your need to be right. And I think that everybody needs to let go of their need to be right. You should. I pulled this up. You should challenge your ego, cultivate humility and empathy, focus on understanding and collaboration rather than personal victory, and practice mindfulness and self-compassion. We just live in an era where everybody wants to be right. And sometimes these situations aren't even about right. Like, you should be trying to learn something else from said situation. Like, what is there to learn from this Charlie Kirk situation? And that's how I look at every single situation that happens. What are we learning?
Yeah, what
if
is
we're not learning nothing, it's just noise.
Exactly. And like, how is this going to change us? How are we going to reflect on this and see what we could do better? Like, clearly there's a lot of dehumanization going along. So like, what do we do about that? Like, how do we start to see people as humans? And the Charlie thing is like, even talking about it, it exposed me because I started watching a bunch of his things. He DM'd me before, by the way, Charlie. And he did something.
Did y'all talk? Are you?
Yeah, we had like a little interaction, and he did something that I really respect, and I understand that he is very like, you know, he's very politicized, and the algorithm has created different versions of him for different people and all that kind of stuff. But he saw a headline of me, and we'd never spoken. He hit me up, and he was just like, "Hey," or maybe we had done before or something like that. But they hit me and says, "Hey, I saw this headline. It seems like you're saying this thing. Is that what you mean?" And I was like, no, they're actually taking this thing out of context, and this is what I was actually trying to say, and blah, blah. He's
So
like,
he understood. He got it.
bro, I cannot, there are friends, people that I would consider friends, people that I've helped, people that I've gotten visas to work in America.
Akash?
No.
What?
Those H-1B visas are over. No, like that have jumped to make content off of a headline that was taken out of context about me, or something that people are framing that I said that wasn't that good. And they jump to make content, they jump to monetize, they jump to get clicks and views without simply just messaging me and asking for clarification, right?
Well, somebody like Charlie has a different lens, right? And the reason I say that is because he's probably a person that they do that to him all the time. So, bro, yeah, I get it.
I honestly think, and I know this is like, and again, I understand how radioactive he is, right? Like, there are different, what this whole thing exposed to me is just like how fractured social media has made Americans, but also just like the world.
Oh, it's over.
Because like, for real, because think about it, like, there is a different version of Charlie Kirk depending on who you are.
Yes.
And the algorithm will feed you the things that confirm your belief about that person. So if you're a like God-fearing right-wing Christian, you're going to get all this content about Charlie that speaks to that, about how important family is to him, about how important his Christianity, his beliefs are to him. And you're like, wow, this is a really great man. And then if you're a person that doesn't like conservative rhetoric and you think conservatives are bigots, you're going to get all of those 30-second clips with no context of all the things that he said. They're like, oh, I don't trust black pilots or whatever the thing is. You're not going to get the whole conversation where that happened. You're not going to get anything that would actually give you nuance. So it's like the algorithm flattens all of us, you, me, Charlie, everybody, into these two-dimensional avatars. And then people watch 4 or 5 clips where people are reacting to that person, and then they go, oh, I guess this is what everybody thinks of that person. And then people feel really confident having these strong opinions on people that they do not know at all.
I've written about this, and I think it might have been to Get Honest or Die Lying, but this era, it's like the multiverse, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when people say like, you know, oh, I don't like Charlamagne, it doesn't offend me. And the reason it doesn't offend me is because I don't know what version of Charlamagne you witnessed. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't bother me. You might have saw something from 10 years ago. You might have saw something from recently that you don't like. Bro. But then you also might have saw me over here talking about mental health. You might have saw me over here talking about, you know, having a political take. There's so many different versions of us that exist. Like, I can literally go down my timeline for one story and it'll be like, you didn't support Kamala Harris. And then literally the next comment will be like, see, this is why Democrats will never win, because people like Charlamagne can't stop glazing Kamala Harris. like literally, it'll be the comments back to back. I'm talking about this happened 1 minute, this happened the next minute. So it's just like, what are you supposed to do with that? I'm not upset about anybody's opinion of me because I just don't know what they saw to have that opinion.
So back in the day, there was this thing that I think Jon Stewart referred to as like the laundering of news. And it was like the Fox News to New York Post pipeline. I don't know if you've heard about this. So like on Fox News, there'd be like an opinion piece, right? And then that would happen like earlier in the day. And then by the night, that opinion piece would be reported on by the news. And then in the morning, it would be the front page of the Post. So you take an opinion and then you turn it into fact.
Yeah.
And now we don't really trust like traditional media anymore, right? Like, so this is part of Trump going fake news. It's also part of like legacy media, you know, pushing us into fucking wars and lying about weapons of mass destruction for years. So we have like lost some faith. But for some reason, we believe if we see a random person on TikTok saying something in their house.
And they don't know what the fuck they talking about either.
Exactly. None of these people, no, they don't know. There's no fact checking, nothing. But what it is it's not that we believe them. It's if we see 4 or 5 videos in a row we think that's what everyone feels.
Yeah.
So the algorithm gives you this sense of this is what the world is feeling. And then we start going, well, if I don't feel that way, then I'll be an outsider. So then we go, I guess that's how I feel.
Yo, I hear people say stuff like that. They'll be like, this conversation is going all around the world because that's what their algorithm makes them feel. It's probably 20 people, bro. Like, it's literally probably 20 fucking people. You know the best conversation I saw about the Charlie Kirk shit? Ta-Nehisi Coates and Ezra Klein.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it was a good faith conversation.
Yes.
And it was two people who had two different opinions.
Yep.
They agreed to disagree. And I don't think either one of them were really that far apart on what they wanted their ultimate goal to be with said conversation. I think both of them were looking for sanity in all of this chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Ta-Nehisi had a perspective, and Ezra had a perspective, and I don't even think Ezra's perspective was what Ta-Nehisi thought it was. Like Ta-Nehisi, and I'm probably pronouncing Ta-Nehisi's name all wrong. Yeah. But y'all know I can't pronounce shit.
Just go with Coates.
Mr. Coates.
Yeah.
I think that Mr. Coates was saying he didn't like the whitewashing of Charlie Kirk, right? Because you should be able to discuss somebody's, when they pass, you should be able to discuss them in their whole totality. Like nothing should be fragmented. Everything should be on the table. And you can acknowledge what happened to him was wrong.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? What happened to him was wrong. What happened to him was tragic. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, right? Because I wouldn't want something like that to happen to me just because somebody doesn't agree with my opinion.
100%.
But we should still be able to discuss their whole legacy and its, totality. And I guess that's what he didn't like about Ezra Klein's approach. And I don't even think that's what Ezra was trying to do.
No, I don't think. I think what Ezra was trying to do is basically say, like, we have to if you actually want to win an election, you have to widen the scope of acceptability of the people into your coalition. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if Democrats are going to win, they can't just be pointing fingers and saying that people aren't good enough and that they're not liberal enough and they're not accepting enough, right?
That's why he brought up the deplorables with Hillary Clinton.
With Hillary Clinton. And like, I actually think what Ezra is saying is like, he's operating in the real world. Ezra is going, hey, I actually care about winning elections.
Ta-Nehisi too, though.
Sure.
Ta-Nehisi said I would have never said the deplorable comment.
I've been obsessing recently for a piece I've been writing about the Hillary Clinton deplorables comment, and I want to play it.
To just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it. And unfortunately, there are people like that. And he has lifted them up. He has given voice to their websites that used to only have 11,000 people, now have 11 million. He tweets and retweets. They're offensive, hateful, mean-spirited rhetoric. Now, some of those folks, they are irredeemable, but thankfully they are not American.
What do you think when you hear that?
She probably shouldn't have said it.
But you think it's true?
I mean, it's probably not how I would say it, but, there are things that I would say, I probably would say what I said earlier, in the interview about the force of, and as I've been saying this probably since as long as we've been talking.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I just want to be clear about something. I shouldn't be running for president of the United States. You know what I mean? And my expectations for the rhetoric of writers, intellectuals, journalists, et cetera, is very, very different than what the expectation should be for people who expect to hold office.
Sure. But what Ezra is doing is like, when you actually want to win an election, you have to have this type of like language and rhetoric, right?
And that's exactly why they were on the same page. Remember that what I took before you walked in, I was telling Chris, the reason I like that convo and the thing that I think is getting lost in that is what Ta-Nehisi was saying about how you win elections.
Yeah.
He essentially was saying, like, I don't want Barack Obama saying certain things because I know he can't win. You know what I mean?
Who was saying that?
Ta-Nehisi.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was about reparations or not. It might have been about reparations. Or he was talking. I think it might have been about reparations because he was talking about how it was an article he wrote called.
He said the thing about it was Kamala. Remember, he was like, I had to go speak to these people who are
That's
these
right.
Palestinian people who are suffering
That's right.
based on what's happening in Palestine right now. But I had to tell them I got to support this woman who was doing nothing during the Biden administration, would continue to do nothing afterwards because of something I want.
I can give you an example from the other side, by the way, too.
Yeah, go for it.
Brother, you know what my position was during the election about Palestine, about Gaza. Kamala Harris was running to be the first Black woman to be president of the United States. You cannot imagine how animated Black folks were. And some would argue the base of the Democratic Party, Black women. You know what I mean? We're going to, see this thing. She was not taking a position that I thought was particularly moral. I had to talk in front of Black audiences about that. You know what I mean? And I had to do the other thing, which was go before Arab American audiences here, Palestinian American audiences here, and say, look, I'm with you. You can be mad at me. You probably will be mad at me. I get it. But for me, politics is the lesser of two evils. We've been fighting this battle for a long time. We have never had the luxury of electing people that represented the best of us. And this is why I'm voting for her. This is a really, really serious thing. And when you hear these Palestinian Americans, and when you hear these Muslim Americans, and when you hear these Arab Americans upset about this, you can't just yell at them. You have to take them seriously. These were hard, very, very difficult conversations. But when I made those conversations, look, man, I had to be buttoned up about it.
And that's a mature way of looking at politics.
That's right.
But the problem is the algorithm does not care about mature ways of looking at anything. If you look at a lot of the reaction to that interview, it's not sane conversation. It's finger pointing. It's, oh, Ezra missed this, and oh, Ta-Nehisi this, that. And it's just because that's what works. The rage bait works online. And I actually hit up Ezra about it. I was like, you're doing the right thing, but I hope you're ready for when you're a nuanced person, you get to piss off everybody.
Right.
Because there's so much reward online in engaging in saying, oh, this person's sitting on the fence, or this person, maybe we need to get closer to the fence.
I enjoyed the Listen, I enjoyed the conversation. I thought they probably agreed on more things than that they disagreed on. But even when they disagreed, it was just a civil, good faith conversation.
Yes. They're also friends, which helps.
Yeah, sure. They talk. Yeah, they talk off air.
And that kind of stuff. And then, that there was a point where I think that I think Ta-Nehisi was like, I have a different responsibility. I'm a journalist, right? So I think I talk about these things and I share my opinions on this. I'm not running for elected office, et cetera.
Yes, but that's real though, right? And you know who's dealing with that right now? Zoran Mamdani. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you're an activist and you're saying certain things, but now you're running for office.
You got to build a coalition.
You get into the finish line, you oh.
You got to pull people in.
And those same people that were supporting him, you got a lot of people that's just what are you doing? Why did you say that? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just he's trying to win an election, y'all.
Yeah.
If you really believe he is who he says he is, and you believe that he's going to implement change, let him go out there and motherfucking cook. Okay?
But it's not good enough for people. And what people can't do is look at human beings as three-dimensional beings, right? It's it's so funny. There are opinions that I'm sure a Charlie Kirk has, or a Ta-Nehisi Coates, or any of these figures, right? Not saying they're the same, but there are opinions that they might have that you disagree with. There are opinions that you disagree with your dad or your grandfather.
Yeah.
Your family members might have really bigoted opinions about certain things that you think are deplorable. But at the same time, you love how they treat their grandma. They were at every single one of your football games. They love you more than anything in the world. So it doesn't make you...
But would you love them the same way if they had the ability in scale to impact people's lives?
No. Let me get to that point. Because I think what you're saying makes sense. What I'm saying is you have the ability to just see them as a human, right?
Right,
you see things that they have that are flaws.
Sure.
But they're still a human. But right now, with the way that we consume all information on social media, there is no humanity. All you are a collection of ideas that I hate, or a collection of ideas that I love. There's this extreme reactions. And the problem with that is that if you're a collection of ideas that I hate, right, then somebody shoots you and then people celebrate because the thing that you hate, instead of looking at that person like that's also a father and that's also somebody who was trying to make the world a better place than what he saw and he was driven by God.
You're absolutely right, Schultz. What you're saying is we're making everybody disposable.
Yes.
We're making everybody disposable. Even when we say things like, oh, they're canceled, they're done. Like you're literally making humans disposable.
Humans. We have more empathy.
Yeah.
For people outside of our country that we disagree with than people inside of our country. And I understand that proximity increases fear, which is what you're talking about, right? But like there are people I'm sure around the world that we deeply care about. Like obviously you see like like people bring this up all the time. They're like, how stupid is it there are queers for Palestine? Like they bring up this argument. It's like, that's actually not stupid. That's incredible humanity. Caring about someone's life, even though they might disagree with yours. That's not a stupid person. That's an amazingly beautiful, open-minded person that goes, that person disagrees with me on maybe the most fundamental thing that I care about, but they're still a fucking human being, so I want them to exist. That is, like, I wish that we had that type of empathy for our fellow Americans and not just the people abroad.
There's got to be some sodomy going on in Palestine, though, right? Like, I'm just saying, there's got to be some down low sodomy. I know it's a religious thing, but it's got to be, right? Like,
I mean, the reason hummus was invented was lube.
That's some tasty lube.
There's a famous quote about, it's...
hummus?
No.
What is the quote, Chris?
There's a town, and the quote is, the birds fly over it with one wing because they have to cover their ass with their other wing.
God damn.
Oh, no, but that is real.
What the fuck is that about?
I don't know.
What?
But I read it.
Who's fucking the birds?
Oh, Jesus.
If it moves.
If it moves,
Are they fucking anything?
Yeah. Someone already got that goat.
What?
Yeah. That goat's tired. That goat had a long day. That goat had a long day.
Why they don't want the women, though?
No, they do want the women, man, but you got to marry them. You don't got to marry the goat. You got to marinate them.
Maybe that's, let me leave them alone, okay?
I can make that joke. I'm Scottish. They say we fuck sheep. They say we fuck sheep.
Listen, what else, man? Salute to DraftKings. DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots. Over $400 million has already been awarded. New players get 500 spins on Huff and More Puff over 10 days. Download the app, use code IDIOTS, and claim your spins after your first $5 wager. Get in the game with DraftKings Casino, home of the largest jackpot win in online casino history. The crown is yours, okay? You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. You got to be 21 years or older. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. Damn, Ontario, what y'all do? New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins issued as 50 spins per day for 10 days. Valid for feature game only and expire each day after 24 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends October 5th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, today's episode is brought to you by Kikoff. Let's be honest, when your credit's not in great shape, it can feel like the whole system is working against you. You can be smart with your money, pay your bills, do everything right, and still get penalized. In fact, drivers with low credit end up paying 118% more full coverage auto insurance than those with excellent credit. But that's where Kikoff comes in. It's a smarter, faster way to start building real credit without the usual headaches, man. You know, we've all been on a credit building journey trying to get our credit right, and Kikoff can help you do that. Users with credit under 600 grew an average of 84 points in their first year with on-time payments. With transparent, affordable plans starting at just $5 a month, no hidden fees and zero interest. Kikoff helps you score big when it comes to credit. It's simple. You make on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit can grow fast. Start building credit immediately for only $1 for your first month. Sign up in minutes from your phone. No credit check. Cancel anytime. With over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of positive reviews, there's a reason why Kikoff is the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit with Kikoff today, and you can get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkickoff.com/idiots today. That's Kickoff, Kikoff without the C. Getkickoff.com/idiots. Must sign up via kickoff.com/idiots to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers, first month only, subject to approval, offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points, Vantage score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. Let's get back to the show. It's a lot. I don't even know where to fucking begin. Oh, the government shut down.
I don't even know what that means, bro.
That means that federal workers won't be getting paid. That means federal workers will be getting furloughed. That means that, if you're not, that means that even if you're an essential worker, you still got to go to work. You still don't get a check. That means that active duty troops still got to report to duty and not get paid.
Oh, wow.
It's silly. And, it's the illest thing about this is that Republicans have found a way to blame this on Democrats. But Republicans, y'all have all the power.
What? Yeah, don't they control?
You control everything.
So who are the dissenting votes?
They blamed it on. I've seen them blame it on one person.
Who?
AOC.
But how is she
don't even know. I saw Nancy on Fox. I think Nancy was on Fox. Nancy say, I just want y'all to know that the government is shut down because of a former bartender from the Bronx.
Everyone needs to know that the government is shutting down tonight because of a bartender from the Bronx. Chuck Schumer is so afraid of AOC primarying him for the U.S. Senate in New York. That's what this is all about. So he's catering to the far, far left of his party. The other thing is they'd rather fund healthcare for illegal aliens than pay our troops. That's where we are tonight. Good luck with that in the midterms.
Come on, man.
God damn.
Yo,
but how come Democrats can't message that Republicans, y'all have all the power. Y'all are the ones in control. Y'all are the government right now. Y'all chose to do this.
I think the tricky thing with Dems right now is the establishment Democrats have nothing to offer. And the American people know that.
Dems are walking into Congress with one hand over their asshole.
They
one
are.
Hand, okay. They walking into they walking in the government with one hand over their asshole because they getting fucked at every turn.
Lindsey Graham is right there, bro.
Lindsey's like, finally.
No, but the established ones really just have nothing to offer the American people. The new Democrats, right? The Zoran Mamdanis, the AOCs, and then Bernie, the guy who has been spearheaded this movement, they have something to offer. And the reason I know that they have something to offer is they don't talk about Trump constantly. All Mamdani talks about New York. He talks about what he wants to do with New York. Like his ideas or hate his ideas, that's fine. You can be critical of someone's ideas. This is America. But he actually has something to offer. He believes he has something to offer people. He goes, hey, we're going to do things to help your life. The establishment Democrats, this is kind of what I realized. I was like, oh, they got nothing to offer. So the only thing they could do is go, he's bad. Look how bad he is.
I watched him on CNN. He did an interview with Aaron Burnett the other day, and it was a good interview. And yes, he was just dropping what he wanted to do, all his policies. And they asked him about Trump calling him a communist. Yeah. And he didn't even stay on that too long.
Bro, think about you're a restaurant, right? How do you promote people to come into your restaurant? Do you say, yo, all those other restaurants are horrible. You don't want to eat there. Their food is bad. Or do you talk about how delicious your food is?
Yeah.
If you got good food, tell me about it.
Yeah.
But if you got nothing to sell, then all you can do is slander the opposition.
Mamdani is going to be either a home run or a big swing and a miss.
If he wins.
If he wins.
If he wins and it's a swing and a miss, right? That is a devastating blow. But I think that the swing and the miss might come from him not being able to implement the thing.
Simple as that. But that's why it's a swing and a miss. So it's like you still gotta temper people's expectations. I believe that, I keep telling people, go back and watch what President Obama said when they was campaigning with Kamala, and the way he spoke about how sometimes, and I'm paraphrasing, but how sometimes Democrats just promise too much. You just promise the world to people. Politicians do that in general. They promise the world, and then people are micromanaging things so much now. They're like, well, you said you was going to do X, Y, and Z, and you didn't do this. So they're going to be on Mamdani about getting a lot of the things that he said he was going to do done. And when he's not going to be able to implement those things, since people don't understand politics, they're going to crucify him for it. And then he's going to also have to play ball, right?
I mean, hasn't Trump promised 500 things in the first month of his second administration? None of them came to pass. It doesn't seem to impact him. I mean,
he won twice already.
No, but you know why it doesn't impact him?
Why?
Is because there's nothing else that is being offered up. All it is whining and crying about Trump. Tell us, will a Democrat come out and tell us how they're going to make people's lives better?
I think they have. It just doesn't resonate.
Who?
And I think
I get emails every day from Hakeem Jeffries, and they're laying out
garbage.
No, but that's to my point. People are laying out plans and giving specifics.
What?
Most people just
what
aren't
does Hakeem specifically say?
I can go to my email right now. This guy emails me every day of the week.
Hakeem definitely got his butthole covered.
So the point is, we don't want to hear it anymore from a certain part of that party, right?
Yeah.
And a part of it is that Mamdani has new ideas that have kind of risen above the noise, but I think it's also just like fresh energy on a certain level is resonating with people.
I agree, but I think, listen, if he wins, like I said, he's going to have to get things done.
Well, what does he have to do to win?
Oh, right now you need some black people and some Jewish people on the side.
Good luck.
I think, Mamdani's a perfect example of what we're talking about like the flattening of people.
Yeah.
Like there are certain people that truly just believe he is a anti-Semitic communist. They literally believe that is who he is as a person. And then there's other people that believe that he's a young, smart liberator that's trying to help people that are struggling to make it through in a very expensive city. This is the same person. And online, there are 2 different versions of him.
Maybe 10.
No, exactly. There's 20. There's a million different ones. And it's like...
Muslims got mad at him the other day because he said he wanted to decriminalize prostitution.
Yeah.
So when he was on Rosanna Scotto, like he kind of had to explain that.
Do you support decriminalizing prostitution?
Yes, right now what we see in this moment is we have an approach that is not putting safety first. What we saw with the previous mayoral administration was an end to the raids that we saw on sex workers, an end to prosecutions that were taking place of sex workers themselves. What we have to bring to City Hall is a focus on ending sex trafficking, on ensuring that there is no tolerance for violence against women, and also having safety at the cornerstone of all the policies that we pursue. And when we look at the findings of whether it be the World Health Organizations or the United Nations Working Group on the Safety of Girls and Women, we find that decriminalization is one that actually provides the most safety for these sex workers.
A lot of people are concerned about the young girls being trafficked.
But Muslims like, what do you mean you want to decriminalize prostitution?
Yep.
Like, even though Diddy would love that, right? But just like...
And he won't do it anyway, so what's the difference?
But he said he wanted to.
Well, I don't know. I think the crime thing is going to be a challenge for him.
The crime thing
it's a challenge for me. Like if I had one reservation, I've often said I'm a little more like pro policing than probably a lot of other people who share ideas with me. And like,
bro, it doesn't work. This idea that like
the fund's not going to work.
I like what he says when he says refund social services, though.
Sure. Look, at the end of the day, you don't do something because you're worried about the punishment. I would love for us to sit here and go like, we're not going to do it because, forgiveness is important and we're all going to know how, if we had the right opportunity, we had the right money, we would do the right thing. You know how many friends of mine that came from like upper middle class backgrounds ended up selling drugs because it was fun and they were lazy?
Damn.
You know what I mean? It's just like this. You need punishment. Unfortunately, we're human beings.
I think.
Well, we have punishment. I don't know if we have enforcement all the time, and that's the issue.
I think there's a great.
But we also could
don't really have punishment. It's catch and release.
Yeah, you're right.
So, like, you need. I promise you, start punishing people, they'll stop committing crimes immediately.
Yeah, but shows what happens when you punish them, right? Like catch and release is one thing, but okay, let's say you catch somebody who has been committing crimes, right?
Right.
What happens when they're in the system? Are you actually trying to make them better? They call it a correctional system. Are you actually trying to correct anything? Are you teaching them how to eat better? Are you giving them proper mental health services? Are you letting them learn a trade that they can take with them when they do get out into society? Are you, giving them a higher education while they're in there? Like, don't just take these people and lock them up and throw away the key. Yeah. There should be some rehabilitation for these people so when they go back out in the streets, then maybe they can go find a job and don't have to resort to a life of crime. If you're putting them in a situation where they go into these jails and now they just got to survive, one hand on their motherfucking butthole, you know what I'm saying? Literally, right? They become more savage. They become more of an animal. Like, let's rehabilitate these people and then send them back out in the street.
That.
But there is one line between this conversation and the Charlie Kirk conversation that I feel is at the core of it. But
talk to me.
Guns.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not.
Guns.
Listen, I'm a 2A all day. I believe in my right to bear arms, but I also believe in common sense gun reform. I believe in common sense gun legislation. Some of these weapons don't need to be on the motherfucking street.
80% of people believe in it.
You know,
there are too many. We thought we had a scooter problem.
No, nobody thought that but you, Chris.
The guns.
Problem
1 and 1A. Problem 1 and 1A.
There's
guns and scooters. R.I.P. Eric Adams finally came out against scooters right at the end.
You said R.I.P. Eric Adams.
To his candidacy.
Oh, yeah.
But he took a hard stand at the end. Took a hard stand on scooters at the end. I'll respect him for it.
But Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is one of the problems with liberals. We in here talking about some real shit. And
Yeah.
you said,
bring up
you bring up scooters. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, violence is violence.
Gotta stop these school scootings, man.
Bro.
These school scootings, man. It's too many mass school scootings in America, Schultz. We gotta stop them. Okay? It's too many mass school scootings, man.
It is crazy that like with Trump dropping the ball on so many of the things that he promised, that Democrats haven't been able to like pick up steam.
Well,
what is that?
But we've said that. We said this a million times. Yes, we know Trump is going to fumble. But the Democrats don't have the team to pick up the fucking ball.
But why is that? And it seems that like people are, I don't know, maybe they're angry. I don't know. There's just like a lot of
I got thoughts. I got plenty of thoughts on that. I've said it a million times. I think because they haven't acknowledged the big lie yet.
Yeah.
Well, now Kamala has done it in her book 107 Days. The Original Sin did it. Corinne Jean-Pierre got a book coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But more Democrats have to acknowledge the big lie.
No, they can't.
Throw that old regime under the bus and literally it needs to be blown up.
Bro, the amount of people, let me tell you how what is it when you're not willing to reflect? You're just, when you ignore your problems, what is that word?
Not having any mirrors? I don't know.
Yeah, like, no, but literally it's like, oh God, I can't believe I'm forgetting this word. But the lack of like self-reflection or
self-awareness?
Yeah, self-awareness, or like you just not facing your problems.
Accountability?
You're ignoring the lack of accountability or whatever it is. Basically, the amount of like DMs or like tweets or whatever I'll get, right? About people that literally think that like me, Joe Rogan, and Theo Vaughn are responsible for Trump becoming president, that don't think that the fact that Democrats ran a dead guy and then a woman that couldn't talk had anything to do with it. Just shows that they're not willing to be in reality. Like all these people are just like, let's ignore what's happening in our house and let's point blame, let's scapegoat, let's find out what's going on in the world. It's like you ran a dead guy that we all knew were dead. You gaslit us into thinking that he wasn't. And now you're writing books about how he was. And then you ran a very unpopular candidate that said she was going to do all the same things as the dead guy.
You ran the running mate of one of the most unpopular presidents ever. And you gave her 107 days to do it when her approval ratings was lower than him. So not only does she have to dig herself up out of that grave, she got to do some allow me to reintroduce myself shit. And that's impossible to do in 107 days. That's why I genuinely enjoyed her book, man. I enjoyed her book because there was accountability there. I've seen people say it's a book full of excuses. It is.
Yeah.
But like, who doesn't have excuses when they lose, right? And by the way, I wouldn't even call them excuses so much as to say...
Does she acknowledge not coming on the pods?
Yes.
That's another revision.
She has a whole chapter about Joe Rogan, and she said people completely fucked that up. She actually said, and hold on, let me make sure I'm getting that right. She actually said it was Rogan's team that was not being honest about that situation.
Yeah, I bet.
Let me make sure.
I mean, I know for a fact her team has lied about us, like 100% fact.
Yeah, she said she wanted to appear on Rogan's podcast on October 25th, 2024, but he chose to interview Donald Trump instead. She alleges that Rogan later made false claims that her campaign had placed restrictions on topics for the interview. In late 2024, Harris' campaign made an offer for a 1-hour offsite interview in D.C., but Rogan insisted on an open-ended in-studio conversation in Austin, which her team rejected. Age suggested that some of her more progressive advisors were concerned about the optics of an appearance on Rogan's podcast, given his history of controversial remarks. She talked about all of this in the book.
But it's just so like, it's just so interesting that like the revisionist history is that like Trump wins because he comes on these comedians' podcasts.
As opposed to the other side just being bad.
Though the other side was also invited onto. Like, how are we responsible for their bad decisions?
You're going to be talking about this till the day you die.
Who is me?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's actually a moment in time, whether we realize it or not. You don't realize it till you like, damn, this isn't a book.
Yeah.
Like you read these things, they're in books. Like we're part of history.
Right.
Like whether you want to be or not.
It's similar to 1960 in a way.
I wasn't there, Chris. What happened?
Neither was I.
What happened?
But I've read about it in books.
Okay, talk to me.
So there was a technological shift in 1960. The debate between Kennedy and Nixon was the first presidential debate that was ever televised.
Mm-hmm.
So coming into it, Kennedy was young and vibrant and energized, and Nixon was old. Compounding that, he like hit his knee against his car door.
Oh God!
He had an injured knee, and he was like sweating and like freaking out. And that's, in retrospect, what people say shifted the election, because the technology had changed. People had never had a chance to see the candidates before, and there was such a stark contrast. And I think with podcasting and the shift in media for this election, it's the same thing, where there's this shift happening in one space, and then the politics kind of dovetails into it, and
Chris
you have a big change.
right.
Can I bring up something about this? Which is, I'll tie it back in. Okay. There's no young like movie stars right now. There's no young like action stars.
Well, Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet. I would say he's a movie star, but he's not like a he's not
not box office yet.
No. I'm not being critical of Timmy. Like obviously he's very successful and he's talented, but like outside like Timothy, it's like who is the young Tom Cruise? Like when we were growing up, there were all these guys. There was Bruce Willis. There was like 20 different young actors that were like.
It's not Timothy.
No, he's one. But I'm saying got you. He's one. Like, and I don't even know.
I would have to ask my daughter. Like, she'd be into those.
Because there were only a limited amount of platforms when we were growing up.
Well, yes. But I also think what happened is, I think that Hollywood kind of ignored what was happening. I think what happens is less people were going to movies. Hollywood got scared. They started putting the same stars that they know could draw in movies. Like Tom Cruise is still doing Mission Impossible, right? Like, he's 70 years old. Like, he's still hanging off of planes. He's 7. Like, they haven't gotten the 50-year-old version of that. Like, the 30, the 20. Like, so I think what Hollywood did is they started to freak out and they started, okay, let's keep on putting Indiana Jones in movies. Let's keep on doing the folks that are watching.
They were trying to play it safe.
They're trying to play it safe because the budgets are $200 million, et cetera. And then what happened is the next crop of young entertainers don't end up going into Hollywood. They end up streaming. They're Kai, right?
Yeah.
They're Drewski.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of comedians like myself. Like now we're going into movies, but like we're basically the younger crop of entertainers that if this was 30 years ago, you don't think Kai or Drewski would be in every single movie? They would. They would be Eddie Murphy. They would be Jim Carrey. I think back in the day.
The reason why I say I don't know, because none of those motherfuckers in Hollywood have ever shown us that they know real raw talent.
No, well,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying
like you really had to take your hand. You had to be the bird that take your hand off the wing. You had to be the bird that takes your wing off your asshole
told that
and
anecdote.
go in these studios ass first. Ass first, mouth open. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a coincidence that all of these guys that you named, right? A lot of these Hollywood types have all of these rumors?
No.
If you understand what I'm saying, where did those rumors come from?
I don't know.
Huh? Were they naturally born that way? Or did they become that way because of opportunity? My point is, the Kais, the Drewskis, the Hughes, I don't know if Hollywood ever sees y'all, bro. But no, I'm being honest.
No, 100% Hollywood is just starting to see comedy, right? They're just starting to see comedians. They don't even know streaming exists. Like the fact that this movie is happening with them is massive. But if Kevin Hart doesn't go, I want to do this movie.
That's right.
That's not happening. And he's a major movie star, right? It's Kevin's ability to recognize what was actually happening, where the youth is, where the kids are. Like, think about podcasting. Like, Kamala thought that it was in her best interest to not go on the biggest platforms on the planet.
I do think Kamala did a combination of both, but she did miss big platforms like Rogan, like Flagrant. But I think that she did what you should do, because we live in a world now where you just have to be in front of as many eyeballs as possible.
Sure.
And like I did a upfront for Nielsen this week, and I think what Nielsen is doing is dope now, because all of this stuff is going to account for ratings now. Like when it's not just people listening to radio, it's podcasts, it's all social media. Like everything is combined now. I'm giving you the
behind the scenes.
Yeah, the not educated technical version of it, right?
Right.
But that's what you have to do. I think she did a good job of that. You should go on The View, but then you should go do All the Smoke, right?
Yeah.
You should go on Stephen Colbert, but you should also go do
Fair.
Flagrant.
She did a bunch of pods.
She did.
Right? It was just
Trump didn't do that because he didn't have to. He's been campaigning for 10 years. I don't need to go on your mainstream platforms. I can go on all of these podcasts, and you got to talk about me anyway.
But he did go on a bunch of them. He did.
No, he didn't do no mainstream stuff.
He didn't.
Outside of Fox, other than that, it was strictly podcasts. He didn't do none of the late night shows, none of the daytime television, nothing.
But it's not like he went on Pod Save America.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been
That'd have been great.
He done ran circles around him.
I guess.
He ran circles, and I love the Pod Save America guy, but he ran circles around him.
Yeah,
he just would have.
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like, Hollywood's late to recognize like what the youth was doing, but back in the day there wasn't an opportunity to stream and do shit online, so all these young talented people would gravitate towards TV and towards movies, so they would probably end up being there. And I think it's in Hollywood's best interest to really recognize what all the young folks are doing, because that's where the eyeballs are.
Yeah.
Like if you want people to go see your movies, if you want young people to see your movies, you have to put the young people that they're invested in those movies.
But somebody like Kai is interesting though, right? Because even what Kai is doing is not TV or film. He's just introducing the world to him. And as we're looking at him, we're like, man, that guy got a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Man, he might be good in a movie. He might be good in a sitcom. His approach wouldn't be the same if he had to come up 30 years ago and go out there and audition. We might not get that version of Kai. Same with you. No, we don't get raw Andrew Schultz if Andrew got to come out with slick 100%. Back hair and a black leather jacket and I want to audition as the Fonz and you know what I'm saying? Like we don't get
You're
you.
Right. 100%.
So the era that we're in calls for
authenticity,
yeah, right?
100%.
Like that's not what the era back 30, 40 years did. You had to be polished and clean. Like that's not what the world wants no more. And that's what Democrats keep fucking up. That's where Kamala Harris, even now, she writes this great book. And for her, to me, it's raw. Because I'm like, finally you telling just a little bit of truth, just enough truth to rattle everybody, to make everybody take a wing and put it around their butthole, right? Just in case you really try to go fuck us, right? But then you do the interviews, and it's not that.
I know.
Rachel Maddow, you get pressed a little bit, you're like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, no, stand on it. You was right when you said you couldn't have chosen Pete as a running mate.
Yeah. Why did she kind of fold on that? That was weird.
I think because Rachel Maddow is a part of the LGBTQ community. And it just was a little bit of, and I don't know if Kamala was trying, even when you read the book, what she's saying is true, but it's not her personal feeling. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if I say, hey, we can't choose this guy as a running mate, man, because he's a gay man. I'm already a black woman with a Jewish husband. That's tough enough. I'm just looking at it from a strategy perspective. I'm looking at it from strictly politics, right? But people will say, that means you're homophobic. No, it doesn't. This is business. This ain't got nothing to do with what I personally think.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, America's not ready for this.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Chris. Do you?
No, and I think that's something Trump does well, is he does what he has to do, explains why he does it, doesn't try to...
Or doesn't explain.
Or doesn't explain.
He doesn't apologize.
Doesn't apologize. I mean, I would say...
I would have loved to hear Ta-Nehisi and Ezra had that conversation, because I know that they would agree with Kamala on that.
But just to circle back to the what's wrong with the Democrats convo, I don't think it's because they haven't acknowledged the original sin. I mean, you said they have to throw Biden under the bus. Biden's already under the bus. You'd have to get his body, pull it out of the bus, and then throw it in front of the bus again.
It got to be a public.
That's over.
It gotta be public. No, it got to be public, Chris.
To me,
public.
To me, and this got brought up. I think Andrew said at the very beginning of the show. It's the fractured nature of the left right now. The left is eating itself alive.
They've always done that, though.
I know, but it's heightened right now.
And
it's Gaza. Angry. It's identity politics. Like.
It's Gaza, it's identity politics, and it's the anger of losing.
Right.
And feeling like the people in power are trying to strip you and your friends of your rights and your dignity. And they genuinely believe...
they're not wrong.
But they genuinely believe that. So right. I understand that heightened sense of defensiveness is not going to lead to a more accepting, welcoming coalition. The problem is you kind of need that. You need an accepting, welcoming coalition. You got to bring back people that left you because they felt ostracized.
Yeah.
You have to if you actually want to win. But I think a lot of these people don't want to win, to what Charlamagne was saying. They just want to be right. They want to go and make a TikTok video pointing fingers at everybody that disagrees with it, that they disagree with, so that they could get a bunch of comments, a bunch of likes. And it's like, all right, well, then you're not a serious guy.
Well, that's always been the case. I mean, you had Abby Hoffman and the far, far radical left, similar to, I mean, I think what we're going through now, the closest, analogy is the late 60s, early 70s in America. Those guys hated the mainstream Democratic Party, right? But they had a limited platform in the sense that even though they made a lot of noise, it only traveled so far. Now, someone can say, well, you sold out to the corporate Democrats or the mainstream Democrats and you're abandoning, and it gets amplified that it seems like that person is representing a larger, portion of the party than they probably do. But then it keeps building and building and building. And, people are going to have to figure out how to, it's like if you're working on something creative, you have a scene you like, sometimes you got to give up stuff you love, to make the entire piece work. I love
President Biden. Yes, Democrats gotta give him up. Maybe Bill Clinton.
Well, I can only speak for myself. That was a fear-based decision.
Listen, Republicans do that Democrats don't do, and I saw this, and I think it's genius. J.D. Vance said, "Yeah, the economy isn't where we need it to be. Yeah, inflation and all of that stuff is up, but it's the Democrats' fault." Why didn't they ever do that when they got back in the White House? Why didn't they talk about all the stimulus checks that caused inflation?
They did. That's what I'm talking about.
Democrats did not do that.
Of course they did.
No, Biden did it.
He did it. Well, I heard when J.D. Vance did it, it resonated and it cut through. When Biden didn't, it
Obama did it.
Obama.
Like he did it.
I'm just saying, when they inherited the bad economy they got from Trump.
But I hate the finger pointing. I don't like it when either side does it.
No, it's politics. Don't you have to do it?
I know.
Yeah, it's not like you're on the football field lined up with the person and you can just, go head to head with them. Yeah. This is how you take out your opponent. They do a better job of constantly making Democrats look like a problem. Right now, government shutdown. Who do some people think is responsible for the government shutdown? Democrats. Why? Because Republicans got the bully pulpit and they're saying it. And we know that's not the case. They have all the power. Yeah. They're in control of every single thing. Who's the Democrat with the loudest megaphone able to say that? Jasmine Crockett. And she's not as loud as conservative media. So now what do? Yo, they just had a meeting 2 days ago. This is crazy to me. They had a meeting, Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump, with all the generals, a public meeting that we all watched, where they are sitting there trying to get these generals to pledge their loyalty to them, and nobody thinks that's strange.
One person does.
We read enough books to know what that is, right?
Wait. What do you mean? Like they are loyal to him. He's the commander-in-chief.
No. They should be loyal to the Constitution.
No.
They should be loyal to the United States of America. No. You can't be loyal to a man when a man is telling you, I want you to go out there and wage war on your own citizens.
I'm sorry, Charlamagne, you're off on this. I mean, I disagree with waging war on your own citizens.
But that's what he said.
But he is the commander-in-chief. Like, he is in control of
in a war against a foreign power.
Yes.
No, he is in control of the army. He is in control of the Navy, in control of the Air Force. That is his role. If we're talking about the role of the president here, I don't think that there's anybody that would refute that. That is his job, and that is part of his job, and that is his position.
But you need people that are willing to push back. Because what if...
Yeah.
What if we have an authoritarian regime in the White House that is saying, hey, I want y'all to start interfering when people are peacefully protesting. I want y'all to start interfering at the ballot box to make sure that these people can't vote. I want you to start removing people that are my political opposition from office.
Yeah. This is
at some point, a general or admiral got to be like, whoa.
Those things are horrible, but the general admirals do not have the authority to reject the wishes of the president, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't believe that.
Not
is that true, Chris? I don't know.
Yeah, they're not an independent body, because if they were, then you wouldn't be able to go to what.
Well, hold on. To your
Congress can restrict what the president can do in terms of
But only Congress can declare war, I believe.
Exactly, and that's why we've had all these conflicts.
But shouldn't then, by that stance, only Congress could tell the army to start enforcing against U.S. citizens on U.S. soil?
If you're going to war against them,
and Trump said, if you don't want to do what we want you to do, then you got to go. So when you're trying to build your own military that is loyal to you and not the Constitution in the country, what are we building? Now we Germany. Now we the Soviet Union under Stalin. Now we fucking Saddam Hussein in Iraq. Like, what are we doing, America?
So I hear that. And don't get me wrong, I definitely hear like the totalitarian.
I agree with Pete on the
authoritarian-
fat admirals and generals, though.
Yeah, I mean, we're not.
Yeah, I
doing
don't
that.
want no fat admirals and
No
generals.
fat-
That's the one thing Pete Hegseth said.
And
that I'm
there's
like, you know
one
what?
standard. It's not a men's and women's standard. It's just one
You
standard.
can't have the strongest military in the world and not look the part, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Napoleon was a little chunky.
Yeah, but he wasn't fighting.
These guys aren't fighting.
I mean, you want them to, I guess.
I don't know, man. I just think that there's a lot of things that are going on in America that are not normal. And if you just read a little bit, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. But if you just read a little bit in light of history throughout the world, you can see how this can easily happen in America. And it's happening. Like nobody, they literally had a meeting and nobody, it's just like okay.
What? So you're allowed to meet with your generals. This is not like
this was different, man. You had to go watch it. You got to go watch it and listen to what they're basically asking them to do. Like, why do you want to send the military into Portland?
So here's the thing. Obviously, they're doing this for like political reasons.
Why? No, they're in power.
The question that I have about this, and I mean this genuinely, if people feel unsafe in their cities and their local governments are not doing anything about that, do you think that they are upset at Trump doing this? Or do you think that they're happy about it?
It depends who you ask. Like, there's people in D.C. that you can talk to, and they're like, as a matter of fact, you even got to talk to the people in D.C. Go talk to some of the military personnel that's in D.C. They'll tell you, I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Forget what people are saying. Go talk to them. I've spoken to some of them. They don't know what they're doing in D.C. They're like, why are we guarding this restaurant downtown? You know what I'm saying? Why do we need to go into Portland? Like,
no, I hear that.
And Mamdani wins?
Yeah.
Woo!
No, I think
they're going to be marching up and down the streets in New York City.
I think the opposite. I think that if Mamdani wins, Trump is going to hope that the city burns so that he can use it as a political
No. I agree with you. But there's going to be some strategic chaos.
Yeah. Sure.
He already said, I'm cutting the federal budget in New York.
Which is horrible.
They're going to put the military here. You wasn't here last week when the Secret Service was stopping everybody and making you get out your car and putting the gun, putting the dogs and... Oh, because where we're at the radio station, that's right there where the UN meeting was at.
Because the UN was.
Oh, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was the weirdest thing about that though. Secret Service, y'all never search us. You make us get out the car, and you run the dogs and everything, and you go into the hood and you go into Trump, but you don't search us, the people. Like
that is weird.
I thought that was strange. Maybe I don't know if it was. Of course, there was a couple that's like, "Oh, Charlamagne, what's up?" So maybe it was me. I don't know, but I just thought it was weird that I don't even at least get a pat down. You're not gonna let the dog sniff my butt, my balls, and that. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was a little strange.
That is a little weird.
It's a little strange.
Yeah.
If I went through the Secret Service checkpoint a couple of times, I'm like, oh, they just searching the car, so I just keep whatever I got on me. That's what I would be thinking if I was
100%
a criminal.
Yeah.
But. I don't know, man. I just think it's some strange times, bro. I don't know. Let's pay some bills, Chris. Come back. Let's talk about some Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl and a couple other things. Man, salute to our good people at Chime. Make Chime big, man. Shout out to Chime, man. Chime is always holding us down, man. Chime, we appreciate you. When y'all say that y'all are banking done right, I agree, okay? You want to open a checking account with no monthly fees and no maintenance fees. You want to get paid up to 2 days early when you set up direct deposit. You want to have that qualifying direct deposits. With qualifying direct deposits, you're eligible for free overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. To date, Chime has spotted members over $30 billion, okay? Open a checking account with no monthly fees and no maintenance fees, not to mention access to over 47,000 fee-free ATMs. That's more than the top 3 national banks combined, okay? Listen, a lot of people use Chime, man, you know what I mean? And you should too. If I had Chime and my younger self, I would have benefited from this, okay? Chime can help you get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Now, y'all know y'all be needing y'all money 2 days early. You know how it feels to sit around and wait until Friday to have to pay your bills? Like, today's the 1st. We're actually taping this podcast on October 1st, or Wednesday. Rent is due today. Yep. Some people can't wait till Friday. They need their money now. You can have it if you get Chime, man, okay? Work on your financial goals through Chime today. Open an account in 2 minutes at chime.com/idiots. That's chime.com/idiots. Chime, feels like progress. And also, man, we gotta say thank you to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter, we really appreciate you sponsoring this week's episode of the Brilliant Idiots podcast, man. We all have businesses. We're all entrepreneurs here with employees, and hiring can be difficult. But the future of hiring looks much brighter because ZipRecruiter's latest tools and features help speed up finding the right people for your roles, okay? So you save valuable time, and now you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. With ZipRecruiter's new advances, you can easily find and connect with qualified candidates in minutes. Over 320,000 new resumes are added to ZipRecruiter monthly, which means you can reach more potential hires and fill roles sooner. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2 at ZipRecruiter.com/idiots, okay? Use ZipRecruiter and save time hiring. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And if you go to ZipRecruiter.com/idiots right now, you can try it for free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/idiots. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. We got some church announcements. Schulzy, what we got?
Sorry, hold on one second.
What, you eating?
Go ahead.
Damn, you ain't ate since Australia?
I'm starving. I'm all jet lagged. Everything's all backwards. Church announcements. I'm going to be in Dubai October 7th. After that, going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival,
which is getting mad controversy.
A lot of controversy. I just want to say, I want to go there before the festival.
October 11th, 5th Annual Mental Wealth Expo is happening in Newark, New Jersey at the Joel and Diane Bloom Event Center. Hold me, make sure I got that right. Joel and Diane Bloom. Yes. Wellness and Event Center in Newark, New Jersey. Some of the best mental health professionals in the country will be there. Debbie Brown, Dr. Rita Walker, Elliot Connie, Jason Wilson, Deontay Wilder is going to be there. Queen of Fool is going to be there. And it's a free event from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Go to mentalwealthexpo.com to register to be there, to get in. You don't have to register to get in. You could just pull up. But, we recommend that you register because it's a free event. So, a lot of people like to come to the Mental Wealth Expo. So we'll see you October 11th. Salute to Jake Paul too, man. I don't think Jake Paul gets enough credit for
knowing how to finesse a bag.
Yes, but those MVP fights are really good. I went to Serrano and Taylor at the Garden.
Phenomenal.
It was just a very well put together event. That shit was dope. It was exciting. Like I'm a guy that goes to a lot of boxing matches. We go to boxing matches at the Garden before. Outside of the fights, there's nothing really entertaining about the environment and the atmosphere. He creates an environment and an atmosphere that just feels electric soon as you walk in.
Really?
Yes. I mean, come on, man.
Jake doesn't get enough credit, bro. Jake does not get enough credit, bro.
Schultz, let's be honest. Jake Paul did a card of all women boxing, and it was exciting.
Where are all these woke outlets that are? Why aren't they saying, "Look at this guy who is championing women in a sport that, for the most part, nobody really gives a fuck about women's boxing."
Getting them their biggest paydays.
Biggest paydays.
Getting them their biggest audiences. Putting them on Netflix. Netflix would not be doing shit like that if it wasn't for Jake Paul.
Where is his credit?
Listen,
we only give credit to certain people.
Nah, I meant to salute him after I came back from the fight, but I just was reminded of it when I saw the Most Valuable Promotions. He does a phenomenal job with MVP, bro.
Yeah.
You got to give Jake a lot of credit. I hope that Jake continues to be able to put together these type of stellar fights. And the thing I liked about the women card, he didn't have to be involved in it.
Yeah, he wasn't fighting on it.
At all. Now, what I would love to see him do, and I'm pretty sure it might be like this on the Tank card, just to make sure those undercard fights are great.
Yeah, make him entertaining. This is what boxing always fucks up.
That's right.
It's because you got to pay the main event so much, there's no money for anybody else. But throw a few dollars at the next 3 fights so that we have something really engaging to watch for 2 hours.
Bro, if Turkey and Jake Paul ever come together to do some type of boxing event, because that's going to be the next thing, right? The next thing isn't going to be just the Jake Paul Tank is the main event. It's going to be the Jake Paul and Tank, but then it might be, Canelo and Benavidez, like a real fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Tank and Jake Paul's not a real fight, but actual boxers versus boxers. It's going to be a thing where it's going to be a combination of everything. Because, I don't think, Jake Paul would have to, really go on a real run of knocking out a bunch of different boxers to ever really get taken serious as a boxer.
I think he's serious now.
I think he's still more of a spectacle.
No, it is spectacle. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. But boxing at its highest has always been spectacle, right? It's one of the biggest fights ever is Floyd versus Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like, but I think he's taken serious in that you can't just be someone who's never like you have to, even boxers. Like, because of the weight advantage, I don't love the tank fight because of the weight advantage, personally, and also the big gloves. So I think they were wearing 12-ounce gloves. I think maybe they brought it back down to 10.
I don't know.
But, like...
Jake Paul Canelo would have been good.
That, to me...
Because to me, it's like, okay, Jake, now you really...
And also, Canelo just lost.
Testing yourself.
So now we believe that it might be possible.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, it's interesting. I just wanted to salute to Jake, salute to MVP. Let's pay some. Oh, yo, Mayor Adams. You know, Mayor Adams did to us what he did to y'all on Flagrant.
What did he do?
Remember when he came on Flagrant?
And he said, "I'm definitely running
as a Democrat."
The next day,
He told you, I'm definitely running as a Democrat. I'm not gonna be independent. But next day he became independent. He did the exact same thing to us, yo. Came to Breakfast Club on a Thursday. The first question out the gate. Everybody says you dropping out the race, Mayor Adams. What's up? I asked him that question about 5 or 6 different ways.
What did he say?
He was like, my answer's gonna be the same every time. We're staying in this race, blah, blah, blah. 3 days later on a Sunday, he drops out the goddamn race.
What'd they promise him?
He's hosting the comedy festival. What are you talking about?
No, for real. That's me gonna be ambassador to Saudi Arabia. He might be the promoter on this comedy festival.
He's gonna have a hookah lounge over there, man.
That's racist, yo.
Is it?
That's racist.
I don't think it is, actually.
That's racist.
Yo, Stillwell said. I saw Stillwell on the news yesterday. Stillwell said the next billionaire that calls him, he's recording the call.
Who's Stillwell?
Curtis Stillwell, the guy. He's the guardian angel, right?
Oh, Stillwell.
Oh,
Stillwell. What I said?
Silwa.
What? Raya Stillwell.
Sliwa.
What's his name?
Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa.
Curtis Sliwa.
Yeah.
Curtis Sliwa said the next billionaire that calls him and offers him millions to drop out, he's recording the call.
Yeah.
He said they're offering him millions.
That's the thing. You can't do that.
Out.
He's a principled guy. Like, this is a different dude. So, like, you're better off not trying to bribe him. You know, you're better off not trying to bribe him. I don't think Cuomo can do it, man. I don't think Cuomo can do it.
You don't think he beat Mamdani?
No, because he's not offering anything. Like,
stability would be the argument.
Yeah, but like, to whom? Like, Chris, I don't know if you rent in the city. Do you rent in the city?
I do.
Okay. Do you have rent control?
No.
They said Mamdani can't freeze the rent.
No. Well, I think he can do a freeze. I don't think that he can do like a temporary freeze. But like, it doesn't matter. The cost of living, and I'm someone who has money.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
The cost of living in this city is fucking unbelievable.
I think about it every day. Trust me.
Bro, I'm literally, and I was talking to a friend of mine, but because like, if you have like a family, like you need like 3 bedrooms or something like that.
You can't go anywhere. You can't move.
Bro,
there's no possibilities for anything. It's just,
dude,
you're stuck.
And here's the thing, especially if it's like, if we're talking about 3 or 4 bedrooms or something like that, right?
I'll forget about it.
During COVID, anybody who had money bought a place because the loans were at 2%, the mortgage rates, right? So you're getting a place for free.
Right.
Okay? You're basically getting a place for free.
I fucked up.
Yeah, we all fucked up, right? Because we didn't know what the hell was happening in the world. So you get this 2% loan. So all these people got these 2% loans and they're doing interest only. So they're probably like 7 years or 10-year interest only loans, right? So they're just sitting on all these properties. And that's one reason why there's no liquidity in the market, is because people are sitting on these properties. That's why the rental market is so crazy, is because they have a loan that is free basically for them to live. But come 2027 or 28, all these mortgages are going to go from 2% to fucking 6%. And you're going to see somebody's carry go from $100,000.
Why? Because they were all adjustable?
Say
or they had arms?
They have IOs, right? They have insurance only, right? Like, so it's not like a 30-year arm. What they do is they just pay the interest only.
Well, I mean, that was the thing in New York was always you buy a studio and then you start to outgrow it and the value goes up, let's say 5% hypothetically. Then you buy the 1 bedroom with the difference that you've made, and then you just keep going up the ladder.
And there's a tax loophole.
Instead of just going to Jersey to buy a fucking house.
Bro,
you can't go to Jersey right now.
Yeah, you should have went years ago. Y'all was here.
Real estate is outrageous everywhere. There's nowhere in the country right now. But New York is like ground zero for it.
No, I'm with you. It's funny when people tell you how much your house is worth now, because it's just like, well, who can buy it?
Who can buy it?
Okay, but on the flip,
who can buy it?
They've built, I forget how many years it was. Let's say 2 years. They've built 12,000 new units in Brooklyn alone, right? You would think at a certain point there would be so much new supply that the prices would come down. They're still going up. So who's buying these things?
Rich people in
From
hopes that
where?
rich people are buying them in bulk in hopes that, you know, people come and buy them and rent them out. Because there's no way that regular everyday people that are, you know, making, you know, working class wages are buying them fucking apartments in Brooklyn. There's no way, bro. When
I don't know where people live. I don't know how they live. I don't know who can afford it. Like, how many people can afford it? We have, 8 million people in this city? How is everybody a millionaire? Like,
I think a lot of it's coming internationally.
I agree.
Yeah.
We need these festivals. We need them.
Saudi Arabia. Let's wrap this thing up with some Asking Idiots and a couple other news stories. The Kardashians are suing Ray J for defamation.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Kardashians are suing Ray J for defamation.
You can't bite the hand that feeds you.
Well, the reason I brought it up is because, last week, Ray J said that he was working with, let me read the headline. Yeah, Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner sue Ray J for defamation, accuse him of reckless disregard for the truth. Yes, Alex Spiro, the attorney for Kardashian and Jenner, tell people in a statement that Ray J's allegations left him no choice but to file a lawsuit. And the allegation was Ray J regarding claims he made about them allegedly being under investigation for racketeering. Now, let me tell you the difference between radio, television, podcasting, streaming, and everything else. Ray J said this, I believe, I think he alluded to it on the TMZ's Tubi documentary, United States versus Sean Combs. And go back to that, Chris. I had the line right there. He said, if you told me the Kardashians was being charged with racketeering, I might believe it. That's what he said. And then I think there was another scream that came out lately where he said he was working with the FBI on a RICO against the Kardashians. Listen, I don't know what's true and what's not true. I just know that when you say things, you got to prove it. Mm-hmm. You can't just be talking nowadays. And I don't know why people don't realize that yet. That is why I love growing up in the radio world because of FCC rules and regulations. I know that I can't just be saying things. We reported that story last week and got a legal letter.
Whoa.
From Alex Spiro. We report, all we did was report what Ray J was alleging.
Oh, wow.
No sides taking, no nothing. We just reported it. Right? I actually said during the report, we got to stop throwing the word RICO around so loosely. Everything can't be labeled a RICO because that's what they do nowadays. Everything, that's a RICO, everything can't be a RICO. And we got a legal letter basically saying, like, this isn't true. And we're the Breakfast Club. We're not supposed to amplify that. So you can be, a YouTuber, a podcaster, and say these things, and you may get away with it for a while. Until somebody gets on your motherfucking bumper or you get on the person's radar and they be like, oh yeah, let's sue them. You see what's happening with Candace Owens?
What's happening?
Well, she got sued by the people in France, right?
Are they following through with that?
Hell yeah, they following through with that, right? And you've heard stories of podcasters. Cardi B got awarded a YouTuber $4 million, because of defamation. So my point is, man, this is the difference between being a radio personality and just one of these people with
talking on the internet,
a platform, talking on the internet, or talking on a podcast who don't understand the rules and regulations. By the way, this shit can still happen to us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it probably is more than likely to happen to us because of the magnitude of the show. But nowadays, because you got people who are like a Ray J, who's a celebrity, who when they say something, that shit really, really travels, you're going to end up in situations like this.
Wow.
And so now you got to fight the Kardashians in a defamation lawsuit. Now you got to hire an attorney. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he does have some proof of what he's alleging. I don't know. I'm just simply saying if you're going to make let me say what I'm saying. If you're Ray J and you're going to make an allegation like that, you got to come with it. You can't flirt with it. This ain't no jab.
You gotta prove it.
You got to go. You got to come like, hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and these are the reasons why. You can't even wait on it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't wait.
Yeah.
They let Ray J say what he said. They're like, we not waiting on nothing. Bomb him.
Wow.
Bomb him.
Maybe they're doing that to send a message, too, like to anybody else who tries.
I mean, sometimes you got to do that. If people are making, those kind of allegations, here's the thing. Some people got time. And some people got a whole lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
Most of the time it just comes down to time. It's like, yo, you really want to sue this person for some shit that's not impacting you in no way, shape, or form? But what's happening now is that a lot of these things are impacting folks. There's actual real world consequences for these rumors that people are just, throwing out there. Because to the point we were making earlier about things being so fragmented, folks just never know. You hear something online, you don't know if it's real now. Well, damn, I heard this online about said individual. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe we should just stay away, or maybe just wait and see what that is, right? You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah. So I get why they would do it.
Interesting.
I get why they would do it, because you can say anything nowadays. Let's do some asking idiots, man.
Let's do it.
And get the fuck out of here. I'm really happy to see you, man.
Man, I'm happy to see you.
I'm not even joking, bro. I really, really missed you. I
missed you, bro.
I'm not even exaggerating.
Tell me. This is great to hear. I love hearing this.
I just did, man. There was so much good shit going on.
I know.
I'm like, God damn. It's cool to talk about it with other people, but it's different with us.
Yeah,
it's a different energy, man.
And there was a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
A lot. I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface. Like, I feel like there's still a lot that happens.
No, it is. It is. But, I mean, we here.
Yeah, we'll get it back.
Jojo Biscara says, how does a blind person know when to stop wiping after taking a shit? My God, fantastic question.
I thought this about, because it happened once. Like, I was at a comedy show and I walked into the bathroom and it was one of those lights that goes off with motion.
Oh, man.
And I walked in, and the second I walked in, the light came on and I just heard someone from the stall go, thank God. Because they must have been in there shitting and then have no clue when they were done wiping.
Bro, that is the worst feeling in the world. We got one of them shit at iHeart, bro. I ain't gonna say what floor it's on. I be thinking that the woman at the desk be fucking with me.
Why?
Because this shit just started happening. I've been working there for 15 years, and now all of a sudden that shit cuts off. Yeah. And when you on the toilet, you be doing shit like. Because you don't want to stand up. I did a Bobby Smurder one time, threw my fucking hat up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I turned the fucking lights on, man. Like, yo, that shit is impossible to do, bro. How does a blind person know when to stop wiping after taking a shit?
I know.
I don't know, JoJo. That is one of the things that we never talk about with blind people that is probably excruciating for them, yo.
Yeah, because they got to go extra just to make sure. So they're probably bloody.
I need one of our blind brain idiot listeners to explain that to me, because I really don't know. And that motion light in the bathroom is what really makes me not. I don't know what y'all do, yo.
He said, thank God.
Man, when you're in a public restroom, you gotta really watch what you say, yo. I walked into the movie theater bathroom at the AMC to go take a piss, and there was a guy in there taking a shit. And when I walked in to pee, I wasn't talking to nothing. I just walked in and I'm peeing, and all of a sudden I just hear the dude on the toilet go, George.
You recognize that stream, bro. You recognize that stream.
George. And I'm just sitting there like, what a strange thing to say while you shitting. And I didn't answer him. I was like, I refused to answer. I refused to be like, it's not George. I didn't want to
be like, nah.
Jesus Christ. Geo Mad X says, is comedy something that can be taught and learned, or you have to be born with it? Ooh.
I think joke writing you can learn, and but I think just being naturally funny is something that you have. It's not you're born with, but you just learn through life.
Is natural funny comedy though?
No, it's not stand up, but it is if you're naturally funny, you can do stand up.
You can turn it into comedy.
You can turn it in. Yeah. But there are people who are not naturally funny that can learn how to write jokes. There's a math equation with jokes.
I feel like comedy is a business.
Ooh.
Comedy is a business and it's a skill set. So it's kind of like being a street fighter if you're naturally funny.
MMA, or
boxing or
US.
MMA.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
How about this? Because I was thinking about this myself the other day. Is being funny a sign of intelligence?
Hell yeah.
Right?
I think with some people,
Hell
I
yeah.
think with some people, I think there's some people that are dumb, and that's what makes them funny.
I don't think you can be funny if you're truly dumb.
It depends, because some people aren't trying to be funny, but they're funny. They're just dumb.
A lot of the comedians that I really enjoy are some of the most intellectual, intelligent
with
people.
comedians, they tend to be. I think
Chris
so.
Rock,
Yeah.
George Carlin, Schulz, Dave Chappelle, like these guys are, when you even just sit and conversate, Marlon Wayne, when you just sit down and have a conversation with Marlon Wayne or Kevin Hart, that's why they give the best interviews.
Yeah.
Like they're just very smart. Like they are actually smart. And I think that they have a level of intelligence that a lot of politicians wish to have because it is an intelligence that taps into society.
Yeah.
It's a societal intelligence, yes.
Social and emotional
To
intelligence.
observe.
Yeah.
To observe,
To
exactly.
watch people.
To know what people are feeling, to know what people are going through. Like, that's different to me. So, yeah. King _ D71. Ooh, did y'all like Marvel Zombies? I thought it was dope. It was incredible.
I didn't watch it. What is Marvel Zombies? What is that?
It's a new cartoon on, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh.
It's only 4 episodes. Oh, I thought it was incredible. Especially that last episode. Fucking,
Who is it?
bloody ending. Everybody. It's, I mean, not everybody, but like a lot of different superheroes. It's just like, it's like the zombie apocalypse and some of the superheroes turning into zombies. Oh, it's fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, wow.
It's one of them things like get high. Like I watched it. I was on an edible Friday night and that shit was overstimulating me. It was just like, oh shit. Like, because the graphics and the way it's animated, but then the storyline, like that shit was, yes, I enjoyed Marvel Zombies a whole lot, King D71. I don't know what happened at the end though. I would like to know what happened at the end. Like I want to know if, well, I don't want to give it away, but you know what I'm talking about with Kamala. I want to know what happened. Was that the real world or was that all an illusion? I don't know. _taps_ says, who would you rather have for president now? 2016 Bernie or Jon Stewart?
Whoa.
Do you mean run for president?
No, have.
Who would we rather have right now?
John.
I'm going John too.
Bernie.
Yeah, this is no like insult.
I love Jon Stewart, but
I think John. Because I think John might be a little bit more centrist than Bernie in terms of like Bernie. I love Bernie for this reason, but he is kind of radical on certain things.
But he's also a bit of a known quantity where my only concern with Jon Stewart is how much are we projecting onto him?
Yeah.
That we would want. I think Jon Stewart would look at this and probably say 2016 Bernie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he would definitely call for Bernie.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you look at people and you see something in them that they may not see in themselves. I don't care what nobody said. Jon Stewart should be in somebody's office. Jon Stewart should be governor of New Jersey or something. Fucking run for president, something, yo.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart is, because his ideas are so big, you know, the way he's able to communicate with people, the way he's able to build bridges. We've seen him actually get legislation passed with his words. You know what I'm saying? Actually go out there and put pressure on them to do the right thing to pass this legislation for the firefighters in 9/11 with his words. Listen, I like Bernie too. You know what though? I would probably pick Bernie. Because this question is kind of confusing because you're saying who would you rather have for president right now? If I wanted for president right now, it would be 2016 Bernie. If you ask me who would I want to compete to win in 2028, granted we have a free and fair election, it would be Jon Stewart. You know? So this question is a little tricky. Let's do 2 more, man. What else we got? Charlie Marciano. How long before they have an AI president?
They had one the last administration. Right? I mean,
maybe.
If he was AI, wouldn't they have had him talk a little cleaner?
That's a good point.
Sped him up a little bit.
I don't think we'll ever have an AI president. But I think AI will play a massive role in like decision making. So it might not be like the president, but if it's curating the ideas of the president, Is it not the president?
I think we'll have an AI human hybrid president at some point in life. You know, because that's right around the corner, whether y'all realize it or not. I keep telling y'all, read this book, man, Techno-Feudalism, How Techno-Feudalism Killed
You
Capitalism.
watch it?
No, it's a book.
I mean, sorry, you've read it?
Oh, yeah. I think that, you know, a lot of this stuff is, you know, it's more in the near future than it is, you know, far away.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's going to be the Neuralinks in people's brains. Like, you know, it's going to be the people who are, like, even now, they got the glasses right now that you can put on and freaking, me and you could be debating and I could just be rolling off facts and a teleprompter in my glasses, right? Like, it's like
that's fire.
A lot of this stuff is right there. And Duval asked this question a while ago, and it's true. Like, would you get it to compete? Because if you got to go out here with all of these fucking comics that got Neuralink and all of this shit like that, and
you have to.
Like, what do you do? What do you do as an author, Chris? When these motherfuckers is out here with the Neuralink shit in their mind and they writing
a book
it comes back to the comedy question, right? Can AI duplicate comedy? No.
No, not
It
yet.
can't write jokes.
But eventually we'll be able to.
The kind of like Catskill two-liner math equation types you're talking about?
It'll be able to do those.
Let's ask chat. Give me a joke. Give me something. Give me a premise. Give me a premise. Let's ask Chat GPT.
Ask ChatGPT to write a joke about AI taking over the world.
Okay. Let's see. Write a joke about AI taking over the world and having access to male booty holes everywhere. Hold on. Let's give it a little razzle dazzle. Let's see what it says. Okay, Jesus Christ. This should say, okay, here's one in that wild Charlamagne style lane.
Yeah, no, it's you. Oh, yeah, you can ask him to write the joke in different ways.
All I said was write a joke about AI taking over the world and having access to male booty holes everywhere.
Yeah, but it knows you. It knows
Everybody's scared about AI taking over the world, man. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. Forget robots stealing your jobs. Wait till ChatGPT gets Wi-Fi access to your booty hole history. Alexa already listening to your conversations. Next thing you know, Siri gonna be like, based on your last 3 searches, you might want to stretch first.
Yo, that's pretty good. That's got Donkey the Day written all over it.
My God. What? Then it says, want me to punch it up into a full Donkey of the Day style bit?
Yeah.
With a moral at the end?
Is this your first time using ChatGPT?
No, but God damn.
Yeah.
You think it knows it's me?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta erase my search history then. I be asking this shit some wild shit. Like, what the fuck? I be asking ChatGPT some wild shit, bro. God damn. Let me tell Chat this is not me. Hey, I just want you to know.
This is not Charlamagne the God.
This is not Charlamagne the God. Let me see what it says. Got you. Oh, shit.
What is
Says,
that?
got you. Appreciate you saying that. I know you're you, and I'll keep it straight with no mix-ups. Want me to run back another version of that AI takeover joke, just regular stand-up style without the Charlamagne spin?
Yeah. Tell him
yes.
Yeah. Charlamagne using ChatGPT for the first time is amazing.
Yes, please. Cool. Here's clean stand-up style take. People keep saying AI is going to take over the world. Honestly, I'm not scared of robots controlling the nukes. I'm scared of them controlling the Wi-Fi. Imagine an AI with access to everybody's search history and personal booty hole data. That's not world domination. That's just world humiliation. We won't be fighting Skynet. We'll be fighting ShameNet.
Yeah, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
But it's not as far away as I'd hoped.
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, no, it will be there.
That is opener at Caroline's. I've seen those. By the way, those are my favorites though. Those are ones that don't hit. Those are ones that don't hit.
You love watching
and
a
I'm just
bomb.
dying laughing, and everybody's like, "What the fuck does he think is so funny?" There's nothing like watching a comedian tell a joke that lands, doesn't hit, and they just got to scramble for what's next. Oh, and especially when they don't have no improv skills. Oh!
Every time I see someone bomb, I think about you. And the joy that you'd be getting if you were watching it.
One more, Chris. Ooh, this is a good one. We can end with this one. Oh, we've been talking about this all pod, kind of. They asked me what, I'll scroll back up, Chris. What story do you hate that you two couldn't talk about together while Andrew was in Australia? I mean, it was a bunch of them. Fucking shit. The president called me out. Fucking the Charlie Kirk shit. Like, it was a bunch of shit.
The president calling you out was crazy. I really wish I was here for that Dame week, man. That week just seems so fun.
It was fun. It was fun. You know what I mean? It's just everything. And I'm not saying everything after the fact is not fun. It's just not serious.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be taken that serious, but it's just like, as serious as he's acting like it is, it's really not that serious, guys. Like, and you know, just to watch everybody, Damon Dash is suing the Breakfast Club. No, he's not. Yeah. No lawsuit has been presented. I'm waiting on the ChatGPT signed by him to come through. I haven't seen it yet, guys. All right, I don't know what to fucking tell you. All right, scroll this way. I want to do this one right here, the nostalgia one. I like the nostalgia one because this is interesting. What happens when nostalgia doesn't work anymore?
We're getting close.
I hope that doesn't happen until after the Street Fighter movie comes out.
Because you need nostalgia to sell the movie.
We need a little nostalgia.
Yeah. What do you mean when you say it's getting close, Chris?
Because I think this is like the first generation that isn't fully creating their own material that then they'll be able to look back on in 20 years. 20 years is generally the cycle for nostalgia, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like sampling, right? Like when hip hop, I think I've said this before in the show, but when hip hop started, it was great. They were sampling 50 years worth of material. Then at a certain point, you run out of samples, right?
Yeah.
But you haven't also been learning how to play the guitar and the bass and drum and making your own music. And I think this generation is kind of in a pattern of reacting to things instead of creating things at the same kind of cadence in the past. What's the nostalgia going to be in 20 years for this moment?
Yeah, I think Chris is right. I would say that I don't think there's a time when nostalgia, there's never going to be a time when nostalgia won't work.
I guess Kai Cenat would be nostalgia in 20 years.
Yes, but when I say there's never going to be a time when nostalgia doesn't work, I think that right now you have people who don't have a respect for history. You know, I don't know why. When I was growing up, it felt like everything, there was a historical context to it.
Sure.
Everything. I don't know why. It just seems like that growing up. I was thinking about this the other day. Everything had a historical context to it. There was nothing I was learning. There was nothing I wasn't reading that didn't have a historical context. Even so much so that you'd be reading certain things, they'd reference something from history, then you would go read about, you know, said history. That's why I used to love, I still love the Ryan Holiday books, the Robert Greens, because they would, you know, give us these lessons, but it would always be rooted in historical context. And for the moment that we're in right now, there is a lot of historical context to things. Like Chris put me on with the thing he was saying about 1960, about the shift in technology. That I'm like, oh, that is true, right? Like this can't be something new that we're experiencing. But I feel like we do live in an era that doesn't have any respect for history, or they're not looking to history for things.
I see that in my kids. And I push it. I push the history.
And they don't want it. They're not biting.
They live on the surface for the most part. Because, I think we talked about this when you were gone, Andrew. I got a lot of inspiration from boredom, from not having something right in front of me, from just sitting there and just like thinking about stuff and starting off one place and ending somewhere else. These kids aren't bored. Because they're on their phone, just kind of like taking surface material. And, history is a deep dive, no matter where you're going in history. It's about, maybe they'll go to a Wikipedia page, see the surface, and then back up to social media. And they're not sticking. Deep. And I'm pushing it, I'm promoting it.
And also, people don't remember what happened yesterday.
Right.
Like, everybody is such a prisoner of the moment. Like, there's things that I'll see happening, and I'm like, well, that's not what he said last week, or that's not what that person did a year ago. Like, I can remember things. And it's like when you pull these things back from the past and then show them like, no, this person has a pattern. Like, look at this. And they're like, oh my God. I'm like, but that just happened. How do y'all forget that just that quick? So 5 years ago, oh, forget about it. 10 years ago, please.
Right now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I got a phone call walking over here today. My daughter called me up from college, and she's like, I want to ask you about the government shutdown. And then like the 5 seconds she said that, I got so excited. I'm like, oh, she's calling me because she's curious about politics and what it means, and I was going to go into a whole thing. And then she's like, because I'm flying to see my boyfriend this weekend, and I'm worried if the airports aren't going to work.
She don't care. Exactly. No. Yo, we forgot that there was a government shutdown in Trump's first term.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, they do
35
happen.
days.
They do happen, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, but the fact that everybody, like, because I'm reading, I'm like, they said this hasn't happened in 15 years. I'm like, did this happen in Trump's first term?
Oh, it did happen, right?
Maybe I'm lying.
They happen from time to time. I mean, knock on wood, they always get resolved.
But they say this is the first one in 15 years. But I'm like, didn't it happen in Trump's first term?
I feel like
let me look. You can guess what I'm about to ask.
Yeah.
Let me ask ChatGPT. When was the last time the government shut down? When was the last time the government?
Yeah, December 20.
It should say October 1st, 2025. Prior to that, the last shutdown was from December 22nd, 2018 to January 25th, 2019. 35 days under the Trump administration. So where did that 15-year number come from?
Well, I just criticized people for going on Wikipedia, but here we are. 2013 government shutdown.
But I'm saying, I don't know, man. But that's what I mean. I read that the last one happened 15 years ago, but this shit happened December 22nd, 2018.
Nothing's true. Nothing's false, dude. There is no truth.
Well, you can get the truth here, man. Happy to have you back.
Happy to be back, brother. Love you, dogs.
This has been great to see you, man. As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.